Y'all know how much I love a good deep dive. Have you seen the documents that have dropped on whitehouse.gov related to the Maricopa County data breach that was happening during the 2020 presidential election when a self-described hacker foiled security and obtained 633,000 voter registration files, but the Biden Justice Department and local prosecutors declined to bring charges? Okay, I'm going to drop in some screenshots here, but I'm going to be reading from my summary that I have put together, helping break all of this down for you. Just days before the 2020 election, someone discovered a vulnerability in the Maricopa County Recorder's website that allowed them to bypass the normal authentication process. According to newly declassified FBI documents, a PowerShell script was used to automatically pull voter records one after another, ultimately pulling information belonging to approximately 633,000 registered voters. Now, here's the next screenshot. This wasn't all ordinary publicly available voter information. The FBI says approximately 930 of the records contain sensitive voter information belonging to people, including domestic violence victims, judges, and law enforcement officers. The FBI specifically documented full names, voter IDs, and party affiliations among the information obtained. Now, this does not include social security numbers, but people who are victims of domestic violence have their identity protected for a reason. It's to protect them. And here's the next screenshot. Maricopa County became aware of problems with its polling website on November 2nd, and the FBI opened its investigation on November 3rd. A federal judge signed a search warrant on November 4th, and November 5th, FBI agents searched a Fountain Hills residence associated with Elliot Kerwin and seized computers, hard drives, and other electronic equipment. Now, here is the next screenshot. I'm going to give you a summary of it. According to the FBI's closing documents, Kerwin admitted discovering the vulnerability and developing the PowerShell script used to scrape the voter ID information. Investigators later analyzed the seized documents and concluded he had developed and run the script and then deleted it. And this is where it gets even stranger. In his FBI interview, Kerwin himself says that he estimated that he had downloaded somewhere between 1 and 2 million files, which is considerably more than the 633,000 files that FBI reports in its records. He self-describes himself as a hacker. Okay, that's what he says he is. So then I did a deep dive on Elliot Kerwin and came across this. This is not the first time that Kerwin has been investigated by police. According to a police report obtained by Forbes on April 1, 2011, he was the IT administrator for the city of Ashland, Wisconsin, questioned by police regarding spoof emails sent out just ahead of a local election. He had been running his own IT companies, one named Lunatech. That's interesting, where he promised assistance with viruses, malware, and security software. According to his online CV, that Mercer, Wisconsin business was closed in mid-2019 when he set up Desert Oasis Technology in Fountain Hills, Arizona, just northeast of metropolitan Phoenix. He also set up a sister company, Desert Oasis Tactical, which lists 4 specialties: weapon, warrior, defense, and research. Among his services at his tech company are cyber forensics and surveillance. Now, this right here is a search and seizure warrant, okay? And this right here is part of attachment A, where it specifically names Elliot Kerwin. Now, here is another screenshot detailing the investigation where the FBI was talking to him. The interview was audio recorded, but interestingly, after about 30 minutes, the audio recording stopped. Now, why did it stop? Here is another screenshot from that same recording right here. And this is exactly how he did it right here. Now, here's where I'm going to give you my final summary of what I can offer you on this. Back in Arizona, the FBI didn't just interview Kerwin and walk away. The investigators obtained records from his bank, social media, and email accounts and forensically examined the electronic devices seized from his property. They concluded he had developed and run the PowerShell script while finding no indication that a foreign or domestic actor was directing his actions. But here is where I am left with more questions than answers, okay? The FBI presented the case to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona, and they declined prosecution. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office declined. The Arizona Attorney General's Office declined. And finally, the Pinal County Attorney's Office declined. So at this point, I have no answers as to why Elliot Kerwin wasn't prosecuted. He admitted that he did it. There's an FBI investigation documenting approximately 633,000 voter records accessed around 930 involving sensitive voter information, a suspect who admitted creating the script, forensic evidence that concluded he ran it. His own report estimated that he downloaded information up to possibly 2 million files. So why was nothing done? And then when you add in the fact that he had the history of what happened in Wisconsin, and prosecutors knowing that, why did no one pursue this even further? And now here's where I'm going to leave you. Were those approximately 930 protected voters, including domestic violence victims, judges, and law enforcement officers, ever notified of the data breach? That's where I'm going next. Y'all stay tuned.